Hello everyone, I am Nivedita Jaina from Ambedkar Research Foundation. Welcome to all of you to our channel Biodiversity and Conservation. Today we are learning about the importance of wildlife values. So let's discuss. So first we are going to discuss about the ecological value. Mm, First and foremost, of the values of wildlife is its ecological or biological value in its contribution in maintaining the natural processes of the ecosystems and their natural productivity. It is now clearly understood that the world is an independent whole. The well-being and health of one part depends upon the well-being and health of the other part. Many of the services provided by the wildlife cannot be replaced even with modern technology. These include clean and drinkable water. Only a small amount, about 1% of the water on our planet is usable directly. The rest is either salty or frozen. Forests around the world filter our usable water again and again, constantly replenishing the water we use for drinking, bathing, and growing crops. Habitat like trees provide habitat and food for birds, insects, other plants and animals, fungi, and microorganisms. Air to breathe. Plants around the world take carbon dioxide out of the air and put oxygen into it. Oxygen that almost all creatures need to breathe. Fertile soils. Microorganisms recycle the soil's organic matter and maintain its fertility. Pollination: insect, bird, and bat species carry pollen from one plant to another, from one part of a plant to another, thus fertilizing fruit crops and flowers. In combating global warming, forests, for example, are particularly important sinks for the absorption of carbon dioxide and thus are key factors in reducing global climate change. So the well-being of wildlife thus ensures that the variety of indispensable biological services performed by them, such as pollination, seed dispersal and planting, soil tillage, natural regulation of plant and animal populations, regulation of water resources, nutrient cycling and recycling, sanitation through scavenging, etc., are kept intact for the well-being and health of humans. The interaction of all these natural processes forms the complex web of life. If any part of this web suffers or breaks down, the future of the other part is threatened. Then coming to the scientific value, so the most important contribution of wildlife for human progress is availability of large gene pool for the scientist to carry breeding programs in agriculture, animal husbandry, and fishery. And the contribution of science to wildlife has been enormous in promoting wildlife research, the knowledge being of direct value to humans. Sciences such as ecology, ethology, physiology, demography, sociology, and anthropology have used the study of wild animals to further knowledge in their disciplines. Through the study of wildlife, man has learned to better manage the plants and animals for his own benefit. We have learned methods for biotic control of pests. The rhesus monkeys have contributed toward the understanding of human blood groups, while the antlers of deer have provided a means for measuring the rapid active contamination of the environment. Then coming to the economic value. So the first one is contribution to food security. Humans have spent most of their roughly many year existence as hunter-gatherers, dependent on wild plants and animals for survival. Around 10,000 years ago, the first plants were cultivated, marking a fundamental shift in human history, and wildlife played a central role in the development of agriculture, providing the original source of all crops and domesticated animals. And today, people still depend on wild species to maintain healthy, sustainable agricultural systems. Though agriculture depends on relatively few plants and animals, genetic diversity is essential to improve the productivity of crops and livestock and to create varieties and breeds that are resistant to pest or disease. According to a recent estimate, the though the croplands are going to increase by 4% over the next 2 decades, yet the rate at which human population is growing will demand 60 to 70% raise in the food output by the end of that time. This brings in the need for high-yielding varieties of plants and animals, which form the backbone of modern agriculture. The high-yielding varieties produced by man have a narrow genetic base of few genes with highly desirable characteristics to increase production that makes them more susceptible to disease. It means that the production of high-yielding disease-resistant crops, livestock, and fish cannot continue without the wild relatives of the cultivated varieties. The wild genetic diversity thus act as a valid fixed deposits in providing a better scope for agriculture in the future. It acts as a form of insurance for agriculture by helping to ensure that crops can adapt to future environments. So the next importance is as a model for technological advancement. The word biomimicry was coined to describe how the natural world has inspired people to solve problems in agriculture, medicine, manufacturing, and commerce. Humans have long drawn inspiration from the wild. Velcro was patterned after cockleburrs, a plant that has spiny seeds that attach to clothes as people walk through a meadow. A closer look at hedgehog spines, which supple, strong structure enables them to bend without breaking, led to the development of lightweight wheels, in which the tires have been replaced with an array of spines that effectively absorb shock. Millipedes invertebrates with multiple pairs of legs, fringing their long bodies, are being studied to help design robots to carry heavy weights in cramped conditions where significant twisting and turning is necessary. And studies of the structure and function of natural grasslands are revealing new methods for fertilizing crops and protecting them from pests. Then coming to the genetic resource, humans cultivate only a small fraction of the plant and animal species on Earth. We depend on biodiversity as a genetic library to sustain existing agricultural systems. Using genetic material from wild counterparts of crops or domesticated animals, we can create new breeds that are more tolerant of pest and disease or that are more suited to certain environments. Tourism and recreation. Natural areas such as forests, lakes, mountains, and beaches provide venues for commercially valuable outdoor activities such as ecotourism, bird watching, sport fishing, hunting, and hiking. The growing ecotourism industry generates an enormous amount of money and has and is first become become a lucrative industry for some developing nations. Then the aesthetic value, the sense of pleasure has represented the sight of wild animals and their habitats rise in minds and the hearts of the people, constitute its aesthetic value. Grazing at a stunning mountain landscape, a tropical beach, a beautiful sunset, or a majestic lion, nature often evokes feelings of awe. People also value species for their beauty, rarity, complexity, and variability. People are frequently attracted to natural areas for recreation or relaxation, or as a source of inspiration. It is common for people to decorate their homes and offices with plants. Many hobbies reflect people's fascination with nature, such as bird watching, hiking, gardening, scuba diving, or even watching nature shows, zoos, and botanical gardens offer a unique opportunity for people to view rare species that they would otherwise only be able to see in books or on television. Then coming to the cultural and spiritual value. So the plants and animals are central to mythology, art, literature, dance, song, poetry, rituals, festivals, and holidays around the world. The rich and long cultural association of man with the wild in India also invites man for the conservation of wildlife. The tradition for love and respect of nature has been handed down the ages, becoming an integral part of the Indian psyche. Many animals in India are still held sacred and associated with Indian culture. For example, the snakes are given milk on the occasion of Nag Panchami.